Hey guys, Thunderset here, bringing you a new deck, trying out the Venom archetype. I'm using their boss monster, Venominion, the king of poisonous snakes. And let me just start by saying it's not very good. There are some cards I see some potential in, but as the archetype, a Venom archetype as a whole, it's not very good. I don't see it going anywhere really. So let's get into the deck. Anyway, sorry for 21 cards, I just really had to fit in this card. Evil Dragon Ananta. You banish all the reptile monsters from your graveyard or your field, and then he gains 600 attack for each, and at the end phase he destroys one face-up card or face-down, destroys one card on the field. It's not optional, so if you're the only card on the field, you're going to destroy yourself. Always got to remember that with Ananta. It gets really huge in this deck because you have a ton of reptiles laying around. So another reptile that's out of the Venom archetype is Cobra Jar. We used to be soft locked to soft locked to one of these, and we slowly got more. Now we have 3. When he's flipped, special summon 1 poisonous snake token. He's 1200 and is a reptile. When it's destroyed, 500 damage to your opponent. So with poisonous snake, if you're running like a more passive enemy and they let your Cobra Jar go for a turn, you can normal summon your Venominion king and not have to worry about special summoning him. What he actually does is he's unaffected by Venom Swamp. That does come into play in this deck, and he gains 500 attack for each reptile in your graveyard. So you want a ton of reptiles in your graveyard, and once he's destroyed, you can banish a reptile from your graveyard and special summon him again. So like I said, he's a level 8. You don't really want to be tribute summoning him, but Cobra Jar with the token can tribute summon him. And now Venom monsters. We have Venom Serpent. Once per turn, place 1 Venom counter on your enemy. 1000 attack. This guy, 1200 attack once per turn, place 1 counter, but he cannot attack the turn he's done that. That's the only difference really. And now these are the cards I see potential in. That's Snake Rain and Venom Swamp. I can see them being used in decks away from the Venom archetype. So Snake Rain, discard 1 card, select 4 reptile monsters from your deck and send them to the graveyard. So that's just so much movement. You're sending 1 to the grave, you're sending 4 from your deck. That's a lot of cards. I can see it being useful in other reptile decks. I've been inspired to go try some other reptile decks with other reptile support away from Venom. Like, I wasn't expecting much from the Venom archetype, and I'm still let down. Like, it was pretty bad, guys. But I'm gonna definitely use Snake Rain again. So that's how you get this guy nice and fat with plenty of reptiles in your in your graveyard. So Venom Swamp. Now I can see this card being used in like stall decks or something. So during each player's end phase, place 1 Venom counter on each face-up monster except Venom monsters. It loses 500 attack for each Venom counter on it. If it falls down to 0 because of this effect, it is destroyed. So this guy, like I said, he's unaffected by it too, even though he's not exactly a Venom monster. So he won't lose attack. Ananta will lose attack. Cobra Jar will lose attack. But yeah. So another way to special summon our king is with damage equal reptile. Once per turn, when you take battle damage from a battle involving a reptile monster, you can special summon 1 reptile monster with attack less than or equal to the battle damage you took. So our king actually has 0 and 0, so any damage you take with a reptile, you're going to be able to special summon him with this trap. It's pretty useful to get him out. It's a pretty easy way. As for skill, I'm just sticking with the snakes meme, and I'm trying to beat Tyrannoberry. The reptiles and dinosaurs, I think that's as close as we get. So I'm using Dino DNA so we can use this trap over and over and over as much as we're able. But like I said, guys, Venom archetype is not very good. I don't know if they're a super old archetype that uses counters or if they're doing stuff other than what's in Duel Links right now, but other than that, Venom's pretty bad. I am gonna go back to reptiles as a whole though and check out some reptile support, some better reptile support away from this archetype, maybe worms or something. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and it's been Thunderset. So this has to be one of the biggest meme decks I've ever made. It's just snakes, guys. I'm trying to look like a snake. We're trying to be snaky. I'm trying to think of some snake puns to use for the title of this video. I really don't know any. I want to maybe do something like snakes on a plane, but I can't think of anything Duel Links relevant. So here we have Venom Swamp, we have Venominion, the king of poisonous snakes, and it's funny we get a poisonous snake token and he's the king of poisonous snakes. We're fighting Crystron, so this is going to be a super long duel. He had a scrap recycler, he's doing the whole shebang. While we just watch, searching cards, getting tuners out, setting other cards, all that good stuff. We're using Dino DNA because our duels usually last long, so it's better than Life Point Boost A because we usually gain more than 1,000 life points. We just set one card, damage equal reptile, and he does a powered Insectron early synchro, like at our draw phase. So we just set our Venom Swamp, or play our Venom Swamp, set our Cobra Jar. Venom Swamp goes off, takes 500 attack off each of them. He uses his Bird's effect to bring out another tuner. Normal summons a little turtle and swings into my Cobra Jar. That special summons the token. I put him in attack. He takes the opportunity to destroy his monster. Venom Swamp was going to destroy his monster anyway, so that's fine. He can take the damage. We destroy his tuner, and his big bad powered Insectron is down to 1,300. We set another Cobra Jar. You do not want to see this guy in your hand. Then you have to normal summon him. That's the only way to get him out. We're pulling both of them, so it's really taking forever for us. Here we're running into another scrap recycler. He's doing the whole shebang again with Sulfineer and his other Crystron monsters, bringing out the tuners he needs. Ends his turn. Venom Swamp's hitting him again. He's gonna kill the tuner he just brought out. Venom Swamp's just eating up Crystron, guys. Look at this. We drew all three, but we're able to flip up our Cobra Jar. We normal set our Venominion. We want to scare him. He has to have no idea what that monster can possibly be. A double set in this crazy snake deck, so it's probably scared him pretty bad. He's still doing his thing, like just countless banishing, countless destruction, countless searching. Ends his turn, does an attack into our big bad monster. The bluff worked, guys, so we're doing okay, because he only would have been 1,000 attack if we did this face up. So Venom Swamp again, all three monsters down to 0. He started at 0, so he's not destroyed. But we destroyed his other two. Brings out another Citri. He's going to finally Cosmic Cyclone our Venom Swamp. He already ate up so many of his monsters. Here he's using a Citri again. Finally getting another Synchro Summon off. It's an Amatrix. Hasn't really utilized Yumi at all. It's only hurt him all duel. So here he kills another one of our reptiles. We're slowly getting some reptiles in the grave, but we're gaining a lot of life points thanks to Dino DNA. So we're putting serpent counters on him just in case we do get another swamp. So we swing into his tuner, destroy it, put a little more damage into him. He's taking some damage, down to 1,400. He's had enough. He says, remember, we still have that bluff monster right down there. So he's had enough. He does a Black Rose, wipes the whole field. We're both in top deck mode. He doesn't care, guys. Here, top deck is doing pretty well for us. 1,200 is pretty much the strongest monster we can normal summon. We get him down to 200. But top deck is treating him way better than it's treating us. He gets his strongest normal summon Crystron monster, 1,800. Throws another one from his deck to the grave. And now we're back in top deck mode. But we have so many life points. We're back to 5,000. We get reptile equal damage. Now remember, direct attacks won't trigger this trap. It has to be battle damage from a reptile. So here he brings out the unkillable white aura dolphin, hits us for 2,400. What are we possibly gonna do with this terrible Venom deck? We get one Venom Snake, set him face down. Probably could have set him in attack mode and used damage equal reptile, but I'm not too scared yet. He brings out a token, we block the damage, we're okay now. And remember, we don't have any of these guys to bring out with damage reptile anymore, so it's really a lateral move. Here, we finally get it, guys. We get our Nanta that we were just waiting for this whole time. banish 8 reptiles, 4.2k, swing over the white or a dolphin finally, and win the duel, guys. What a long, ridiculous duel. Crazy snakes. Okay, so I believe this is just a quick little replay to show you the effect of damage equal reptile and how it plays into the deck. It's an easy way to get our boss monster out, and it just keeps the reptiles flowing so we can keep pouring them into the graveyard and eventually feed our Aneta or feed our other boss monsters. So here we normal summon our Venom Snake because we want to take that damage. This guy's using some weird meme deck. Special summons a Kribo to normal summon this crazy monster called Pyrotech Mech Shiryu. You contribute this card with 1 tribute. Is summoned this way, you take 1000 damage each phase. He does piercing. So here, we normal summon a Venom Snake. We're putting more counters on him. We special summon a Venom Snake with our damage equal reptile because we took 1300 damage. That let us special summon 1000 monster. Here uses Mystic Box. Tries to give us this Dino Mech or Pyromech. So that lets us normal summon our boy. He's up to 1500. That's because there's 3 reptiles here. If he takes damage, he too will special summon. Our opponent does Jaw Sense high level or something. Don't want to use our snakes yet. He pulls into a Karibo, Wing Karibo. Pretty much nothing he can do at this point. He already blew his main combo. We just get to keep the snakes coming. I'm going to swing for double lethal. And that was just to show you how damaged reptile locks down any board that kind of has to battle. But other than that, it's just not a good archetype, guys. So what kind of snake memes? I don't really know. Snakes in a chain, like a chain of cards, like on a chain link. Snakes on a chain. I don't know if people will get that though. They'll see the Duel Links reference in that. So here, of course, we get our guy in our hands. You can use it for Snake Rain if you throw him away. I choose not to. I throw the little guy away because our Cobra might be able to normal summon him because we probably have a pretty passive player here. Of course we do. So I'm gonna flip up our Cobra Jar, special summon another token. It's gonna let us normal summon our Venom minion, and we still have Venom Swamp out. He's up to 3000 thanks to our Snake Rain. Get hit with a Spheric Kribo. Dino DNA, still gaining life points. We're still at 3000, guys. We got this little snake poking for 1200. Now we're swinging for lethal to avoid the Destiny draw, but he has a Cosmic Cyclone, does not get our Venom Swamp, thank goodness. But that triggers this Destiny draw, that is not goodness. Gets the exact card he needs, happens to be a Neos Fusion, sends a Ling Ling. So you know what's going down with that. Gets a Cyber Dark Edge out. Swings into our poor Venom Snake. That gives him a Neos Fusion Search. Now he's going to ignore our big boy Venom minion and just hit us for almost lethal, not quite lethal. Then we hit him with the Venom Swamp. I don't know why he chose to make that play, because we're about to swing up, put another token on him, lower him to 1500 with this guy, and hit him for 200 over lethal, guys. Perfect on monsters that are just sitting there like Cyber Darks and Neos. We had to get that last little snake to grab that other token on him just for lethal. Snuck it in there. Other than that, this deck's not going to get too many wins, guys. It's not going to do too much damage. It'll put up a little bit of a fight, but other than that, they'll usually have an out for your one boss monster, and then you're all done. And don't worry about Venom archetype. It's not good, guys. Maybe if we get a lot more, but I do like reptiles. I will revisit reptiles with Snake Rain and stuff, and that might be interesting. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching, guys.